Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot Ente here, and what I'll be showing to you guys today, it is Sunday, it's fall, is a Kickstarter that has recently come to my place. Actually, I had to go get it from the postal office, but anyways, actually, it's a new version. I don't know if you are familiar with Studio Artemy, and its founder, Maria Prena. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly, but she's the one behind this deck here, the Fortuna Tarot Deck. I have the Amethyst Aura version, purple, hollow, very pretty. So recently she launched a campaign for another version of the Fortuna, in fact, which we will go and unbox. So I'll show you. So as you can see, I kind of just opened it, and I would like to point out and appreciate the fact that there is a full-on fragile label, and this is how I got my box when I picked it up from the office, the postal office, as if it got knocked around or something poked through it, and I got another tear around here. So that label was definitely respected, and they really treated that with care. But I really just kind of opened it real quick to see if there was anything that was damaged, but it didn't look to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see what is inside. So as you can see, like, the box, the box did get open, get ripped, but it doesn't seem like, when I touch it, doesn't seem like it got to the deck itself. So this deck is the Fortuna Opal version, as you can see by the video, and I did not get much of the add-ons, but it did come with for the campaign as a little extra. It does come with this card holder, which is pretty cool, this wooden card holder. So fate will find a way. And it also comes with this coin. Let me just put this away on the side. So here, I'll open it even. So a double-sided coin. So here on this side, you have a decline of fortune is worth a cask of wisdom. And on the other side, led by virtue and spirit, accompanied by fortune. So I'm guessing, a yes or no type of thing if you want to do it that way, or if you have some games to decide, you can do heads or tail. So this, and there's also, hold on a second, there we go, this really pretty card of the, it's what, 5x7 about, or something like that. The borders are a little bit banged, which is a bit of a shame, but it's, we can kind of not have to look at them. But this is the image for the death card, so I find that really pretty. And then it's a thank you card with her social. So let's put that aside. Here, let's just put it with my other stuff here. So this campaign was launched back in April, and it was successful. And ended in May, and I believe the estimated ship time when the campaign was launched was for July, and I got it in September. There was some delay, I believe, with some of the add-ons, because there were add-ons available. I believe there was a tarot cloth, other things, a journal, but I decided not to go for them. I usually, for Kickstarters, I kind of just keep it simple, just go for what I go for, the basic, unless there's something that really grabs my attention, but that doesn't happen very often. So here we have a sticker of Maria's company, Studio Artemy, and here we have a surprise card. So this is from the Fortuna, the Emerald version, the Moon. I got the Moon, pretty cool. Okay, I don't remember if that it was in the description that we'd get like just a surprise card, but I like it. And then the pièce de résistance, the deck itself. So looking at it quickly, the tear in the box did not go on the deck itself, which is very good, which is what I want to see. Okay, let's put you over here. Here is the box. The Fortuna Tarot Deck, Opal, Omen. So if we compare it with the Amethyst, so it's very similar fonts. The explanation on one side, and the little saying, "Fate will find a way," and then very similar, if not for the design difference. So here, if we look at the little back of the box, Fortuna Tarot Deck is a 79 card deck designed to help you unlock your potential and turn your purpose into gold, combining ancient alchemical principles, tarot, numerology, and astrology. You will embark on a new journey within toward clarity and enlightenment, opening the gates of the occult and spirituality. Created by Maria J. Fajardo Prena, or Fajardo. Once again, I do apologize if I mess up the name. So let me go and open the wrapper. And while I do that, what I thought of doing is to kind of do a side-by-side comparison between this Opal version and the Amethyst version that I have. I do have to say that when this launched, I was 50-50 on whether or not to back it, because I do have the purple version, and on the campaign, Maria did say that there were some changes, but it wasn't something turning anything particular on its heel. There were certain cards that were different, maybe one or two if I'm not mistaken. I ended up backing it because of the colors partly, and it kind of called to me in a sense. I don't know. I don't do this more often. I mean, I do have other decks in my collection that I kind of called collections. For example, the Ethereal Vision. I have Ethereal Visions, the OG, and the Luna edition. I did do a video comparing the two versions, so you can find it on my channel if you're curious about that. But otherwise, let me think. No, I don't have other decks that are, that similar as this. So let's go, without further ado, we'll go and open it. So as you can see, same principle as the Amethyst, which is 2-piece with little thumb holds. Smells like a box. The design is the same, other than the fact that we have some hollow gold. I'm gonna call it hollow gold, and this I don't know what, like sponge painting type of design. Like it looks like it was like sponge painted, like this sponge stamping technique or something like that. So we'll just move that, and as you can see, the same presentation here. We start with the booklet, and as you can see, it's a pretty beefy big booklet too, and it should be more or less the same. Yeah, so beefy booklet. Let's see if there's differences. So here, you have, there's no pictures of the cards themselves, but you have little sayings and the explanations of the cards. Here for the Opal versions, we see that it is the same. So let's go here, for example, the sun, while we're looking at that. So we will have the same, where we have little keywords, the astrological influence, and then just a little blurb of the upright and then reverse, and then just a little quote as it relates to it. All right. Now, I just realized this as I'm opening this, that my cards in the Fortuna version, the Amethyst version, is not in order as opposed to this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video just before I show the other cards, put these in order, and then come back. So hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. It was a bit of a delay. I had to fix it, but there you go. So I went ahead and rearranged them in order as per the book. So what we're going to do, let's just dunk the cards out like so. We can take a look at the boxes. As you can see, it is the same, save for the color changes, and we got some lovely gold, almost like a rainbow gold action going on, and the saying at the bottom, it's easier to read on the Amethyst version, open the gates of occult knowledge. So the same is written here. So let's put that aside. Where am I going to put you? Over here. So let us look at the presentation. As you can see, the Opal version has this cream color to it. The edges are red, which is, I have to say, it was an interesting choice. I kind of figured that, you know, for the Opal, it would be something like a golden edge or maybe a cream edge kind of thing, but it decided to go with Maria decided to go with red. So far, you know what, it kind of reminds me of those old paperback novels. If you know, like what is that company called? It's called either J'ai lu or J'aime lire, if you know that particular edition. But there's like a certain series of their books, like I don't know how old they are, but all their novels had that red, the red edges on their pages, and then the color of the paper were kind of off-white. It wasn't really a crisp white. It was a almost cream white, but it wasn't off-white. But in any case, so as you can see, and it's also, you know what, it's the same red edging that we can see in the Pulp Tarot. If we're looking at the cards, exact same, thickness, flexibility, spine to the cards. It feels like it's going to shuffle pretty well. It's matte. It doesn't have, I don't remember the finish, but it's not petal. It's just matte finish, which for me is fine. We can see the difference here in the hollows. Here is a silver. This one is a gold rainbow, as I call it. And the back of the cards design, again, is the same. Just a continuation of the color scheme, the sponge painting type of thing that we saw on the box and on the booklet. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and flip through the cards, and let's see which cards it was that got edited, modified. I don't know what to call it. Let's say modified or revamped. So I'm sorry. Oh, maybe I should put actually the Opal version more on this side, because the sunlight is kind of blocking a bit the words, or maybe it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. Oh well. So let us zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alrighty. Oh, look at this nice hollow on the purple. All right, and now let's take a look. Okay, so as we can see, the design are so far the same. We have the planetary sign here, the abstract-ish design, almost sigil-like, and then the title here at the bottom. So, and some of the names have been revamped. So the Seeker as opposed to the Fool. Then we have the Magician. I think I have to kind of create a little bit of a shadow business going on here so that we can see properly. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. Pulling out the Amethyst version of Fortuna kind of reminded me how I did enjoy the designs of them, and I'm like, oh man, I should put it on rotation at some point in time. I don't know when. So we'll see. The Oracle instead of the Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. It really looks good. The opal version, it's almost giving me like a bridal color scheme vibe type of thing. Strength. The first time I saw this card, it reminded me of the rose in the clutch, the glass clutch in the Beauty and the Beast. You know, that rose that like slowly starts having its petal falling off as the curse takes place. Then the Hermit. Then Fortuna for the Wheel of Fortune. And we have Justice. The Hanged One. Then the Death card. Alchemy, it is for Temperance. Then the Devil. And if you guys can see, it's a little bit different than, well, it's a modified, we'll call it, version of the Lovers, where if you can see here, you had the mirror, and then here's something a bit more, I don't know, the spikes here, it's like a little bit, not necessarily hurt, well, it could be hurtful if you're indulging too much in whatever it is that you're obsessing on, but anyways, the Devil. Then we have the Tower. The Star, which kind of looks like the Fortuna card because of that figure 8 going on. The Moon. I think I like the Moon on that version better, but then again, I do have, if we look with what was given in my package, it does look good on a green background as well. Nah, I think I'd like the purple better. Then the Sun, which sometimes I mistake for the Ace of Pentacles, but Pentacles, they call it Talisman in this deck. It definitely does carry that sun brilliance better in the opal version here. Then we have Judgment. The Universe for the World. And then one extra card, which is called Magnum Opus. And then if I just take a little pause to read what is Magnum Opus about, it's if I remember correctly, it's so let me read. So the keywords are magic, transmutation, command, and expertise. And it's, of course, magnum opus is the alchemical term for the process of working on the materia prima in order to obtain the philosopher's stone. It describes the personal and spiritual transmutation of our soul experiences toward enlightenment. The magnum opus card is therefore connected with magic and expertise. How, after freeing our minds from the mundane limitations, we connect with the ultimate life force, spirit, the universe. This card is a reminder that we have the ability to alter our reality based on our thoughts. As our words become actions, what you believe to be true, so it will be. The magnum opus card is seen as the union between all elemental forces, fire, water, air, and earth, which leads to the aether, also called quintessence or void. So this is what it is. And so now we're going to pass to the minors. So the minors are candles, talisman, chalice, and keys. The candles here are for the wands, what we would see more typically known as wands. So the ace, as you can see, once again, same design. No notable difference because there's no difference. So the 2. And as you can see, the minors are what I'll call like an artistic pippish. It's not that they are straight pips like you would see in a Marseille deck. It's not quite scenic like a Rider-Waite-Smith, although this deck is a Rider-Waite-Smith system. So but it is pips, but you know, designed, arranged. So you know, I almost want to call it illustrated pips, kind of, but it's not as illustrated. Maybe a designed pips, artistic pips. There you go. We'll stay with artistic pips because here they're kind of, you can kind of see, for example, for the 501s, they're arranged like a chandelier or a candelabra. That's getting more and more elaborate here. So the 6, we have the laurels here for the victory or triumph. The 7 of wands, which could remind you of like a gate. Oh, I'm taking more here. Then the 8. And then 9. And 10. So very symmetrical. And then we have the planet and the sign going on here. And then for the court cards, it goes by princess, prince, queens, and king. Princess and prince could also be called, the princesses could be called pages, and prince, the knights. So now for the princess, we have this lovely lantern. And here the prince. So here we have the sign. So fire of fire, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, then let me know. The Queen of Candles. And then the King of Candles. So now we are moving on to the elixirs or the cups. So we have this very fancy cup. The 2 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. So very symmetrical design like the Marseille, but there is an artistic touch and flair to it. Five of Cups. So I think if one, you know, reads with Marseille or is kind of learning Marseille, this could be a bridge deck, like a transition deck, where, you know, if you know a bit more Rider-Waite-Smith, but you want to learn Marseille, at least these can kind of help you if before you like jump straight into more traditional looking Marseille deck. Or if maybe you want to try to be more intuitive and not rely necessarily on the sceneries of Rider-Waite-Smith, you can kind of get with that. I mean, would it be good for, and I would say maybe more intermediate levels, maybe not beginners, although the booklet, as I'll show, like it is pretty well written and it has a good amount of information. So maybe a beginner could get by it, but if they rely more on images to jumpstart their readings, maybe not. So now we're at the 8, 9. So here, there we go. We have a little bit of design difference. So if you notice at the central cup of the 9, here we have, let me zoom in here. We have a little bit of a dotted line going on here that we don't see here in the Opal version. So here we have a slight design change. Now here's the 10. Here again, we have some design changes in the middle. We have some extra star, like diamond star design in the middle here, not just what's going on here. Now the Princess of the Elixirs. The Prince. The Queen. Now we are going on to the keys. The keys which would be the equivalent for the swords. I almost called them the knives. The swords. We're starting with the ace. They are lovely aces, I have to say. Then 2. The 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Let me fix that a bit. Yeah, no, okay. No difference here. And then 10. Now we go to the Princess of Keys. The Prince of Keys. The Queen of Keys. Look at this lovely ornate gate. And then the King. Now, lastly, the talismans. Talismans? The pentacles. Go 2. We go 3. 4. 'Thought there was a bit of a difference, but no. Then 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 'And the Princess of Talisman. The Prince. Okay. I'm looking at this and I think Sailor Moon. Just look, work with me, guys. Does that not? No? Is it just me? I mean, the Queen of Talismans. And finally, the King of Talisman. All right. So here, what I'll do is I will zoom out. And as you can see, the cards are, I mean, 90+% the same. The biggest change is the designs and certain cards where certain details were added or modified. So I mean, you deciding to get this deck. Oh, what happened here? Okay, no, maybe it's just me. It just looked like I had some shading, some shadows here, but it might just be me. So like I was saying, really getting the opal, it really comes down to a matter of which color you prefer, really. Like, if in honesty, it's it's not that dramatic of a change that, you know, if you're kind of on the fence on whether you want to get the Fortuna. So let's say let me backtrack. Let's say you already have, you know, one of the Fortuna Tarot decks, whether you have the Amethyst or the Emerald version, and you're on the fence because, oh, you know, I don't know, I'm ambivalent, I'm not sure. I would say really honestly, it's if you're ambivalent, there's not particularly a need to get another deck. Now, if the opal, sorry, color scheme happens to be your favorite, then I mean, by all means. So here, let me go and shuffle this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same shuffling experience as with the Amethyst. So yeah, not too bad. Ooh. All right, let's go. Okay, like this, not too bad. A little bit stiff, probably because they came out of the box. They just came out of the box. Okay, it's not too bad. Not too much clumping happening. Let's try riffle shuffle on the long way. See what happens. Off the time, I find sometimes that stiff cards shuffle, like do the riffle shuffle better on the long side than the wide side. No, nothing to complain about. Exact. It's the same thing, not too much clumping. Ah, there we go. Now we're getting it. It just needed to get warmed up. You know, kind of like before exercising, you stretch out your muscles. So let's see. Let's have one card from the majors and one card for the minors so you can see the differences and how they are interpreted. Yeah. All right. So let's, if none fall out, I'll randomly cut and draw, I guess. Oh, perfect. Look at that. We have the Seeker and the Ace of Talisman. All right. So I'll show you how it goes in the book. There's a little bit of difference between how the major and the minor arcana cards are presented in the book. So for example, for the, I did forget also to mention that you have a table of content in the book. So with a page for all the cards, a little bit about astrology, numerology, which I find was really cool. It was really nice that they added this about the deacons. And so you have like a little bit of table of course correspondences between the decan rulers and the minor arcana cards. And then it speaks about spiritual alchemy. And so yeah. And then fate and destiny. And then finally going through the major arcana. And I think towards the back, there are spreads that you can try for yourself. So purifying the soul, finding clarity within, turning into gold, alchemizing your reality, and then a little bit of acknowledgement. And then a pretty beautiful picture. Oh, she looks so good in that picture of Maria. Okay, so let me go back to where I was. So here where you have for the major arcana, you have a little saying. So for example, for the Seeker, an arrow can only be shot by pulling backward. It is not the destination, but the journey that separates us. Then you have the title, little bit of keywords. So in this case, beginnings, optimism, carelessness, rebellion. Astrological influence Uranus. The Seeker, traditionally known as the Fool, is the first card of the major arcana and can either be placed at the beginning or end of the suit of majors. This card was renamed to represent the querent in a reading, as the word querent means one who seeks. It is our inner curiosity that pushes us to embark on a new journey seeking to find our truth. Sometimes, to find the answers we seek, we must wander, as exploration is part of the process of self-discovery. What is important about the journey is the lessons we learn through it, rather than racing to the end destination. The planet Uranus is directly connected with innovation and discovery, and it is the ruler of the 11th house in astrology, which represents one's hopes and dreams. Reversed. The fear of the unknown kills the spark of joys that invites us to explore new realms. When we become careless and lose the purpose of what we do, do not allow your fears to speak louder than your dreams. Oh, we then become careless. Sorry, but yeah. So as you can see, it's the upright contains a little bit of explanation, but I find that it kind of sums up the card pretty well, and I kind of like how Maria interprets the card here. And I can't say that I'm extremely familiar or very knowledgeable about the correspondence with the cards and the astrological signs, but to me, Uranus with the Seeker, it seems good to me. So, and if I ever wanted to delve more into astrological signs and the tarot, these would very much be helpful having them here like that. So let's look at the Ace of Talisman, just at the end here. So as you can see here, when you are, so for each suit, I should say it, there's a little blurb about the suit itself. So for example, the suit of Talisman, traditionally known as Pentacles, represents the inherited value of consecrated objects to preserve the spiritual powers contained in them. So I won't read the whole thing because it's a lot of reading. And then after that, you'll have about the card itself. Oh, there's 2 pages per, there's 2 pages per card here. There's not a little saying like you can find in the major arcana. So for example, for the Ace of Pentacle, or the Ace of Talisman, I should say, very lovely card. Look at the shine, look at the rainbow, woo-wee woo. So Ace of Talisman, financial opportunity, prosperity, investment, lost opportunity, element earth, and astrological influence Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Ace of Talismans, Pentacles, is traditionally depicted as the hand of God holding a pentacle in the air with a lush garden in the background. This card represents a new financial opportunity, or it can also symbolize an investment to be made, whether we are investing our time or energy into a new project. The Ace of Talisman, Pentacles, astrologically represents the primal energy of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. From the fixed sign of Taurus, the Ace of Talisman, Pentacles, represent the liability and security, indicating we should seek comfort within the project we embark on and invest ourselves fully into them. From the mutable sign of Virgo, the Ace of Talismans symbolizes how, in order to achieve our goals, we must become organized and plan ahead, making sure we know every step of the journey, while we allow room for learning and develop new skills. There may be things we do not know right at the start, though we will learn as we progress on our journey. From the cardinal sign of Capricorn, the Ace of Talisman represents resilience and strategy. We know what we want, so we must immerse ourselves in the journey without hesitation in order to attain prosperity. Reversed. When the Ace of Talisman appears reversed, it can indicate you are not truly focusing your energy or investing yourselves fully in what you do. As a consequence, there may be steps of the journey you miss, which can manifest as lost opportunities. This card reverse can also indicate you are not paying attention to where your energy is going, creating a disconnection between your action and your actions and purpose. So as you can see, so it's very, like, there's lots of knowledge or knowledge information packed in them, which I mean, I'm all for it. It's a very informative guidebook. One I would say, it's, in terms of guidebooks, I would put those up. I would put that one up there in terms of useful guidebooks. So in conclusion, the Fortuna Tarot. or the Fortuna Tarot Deck, Opal Omen edition. It's I mean, just look at it. It's very lovely. Like the tactile touch, very lovely. I do like the red edging, and it's a matte red edging, matte red edging. Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, and I really like the combo of the opal color, like the off-white cream type of color with that golden rainbow glow. I think it's a good match. And the more that I'm looking at it with the red added, I'm not that mad at it. At first I was kind of, you know, half and half. I wasn't sure, you know, if it was the best color combo, but I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not, it's not that crazy of a mix. So yeah, I mean, compared to the other versions that are already available over in Studio Artemy's website, it's very, I mean, except for 2 cards, I think maybe there's a third one that I missed. And do comment below if I missed a third card. I thought there was 3 cards, but there's 2 that I spotted that there was some difference. Really, there's no difference. So if you already have that deck, whether you get it is more whether you want to get it for the sake of having the whole collection kind of thing, to be like, okay, I have all the different variety, whether you want to have it because it's more for maybe we shouldn't probably encourage reselling or you know, but anyways, you do you, whether you want to keep it for maybe selling it later, or maybe just have like you working with the cards of different colors gives a different feel when you read in your tarot practice. So you like to have lighter colored decks like this one for certain, when reading certain, like reading about certain topics, and a darker color for other types of topic. But otherwise, I mean, if you already have Fortuna, like I said earlier, I mean, you don't necessarily, it's not well, I shouldn't say it's not a must buy. Definitely get it if you don't have it, because I find it very pretty. If you're into the you know, abstract kind of very simple designs and stuff like that, definitely get it. If you are okay with minors being pips, stylized pips, designed pips, artistic pips, that is also for you. It's not a Marseille deck, it's Rider-Waite-Smith. It is set up as a Rider-Waite-Smith. So do have that in mind if you like it, but you really like images, like the design. If this is too spare for you, and you might have a hard time, or you might not like it as much. Otherwise, with that being said, I'm going to leave the video as it is. It's already been like 3/4 of an hour now. I've said what I had to say. And let me know, what do you think of this version of, let me just put it here again so y'all can see it, the Fortuna Tarot Deck. Let me know. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you already have it, let me know also in the comment section. Do you already have one of Studio Artemy's deck? Do you have the Amethyst like me, or do you have the Emerald? Do you want to get this version, or you know, are you just gonna be okay and just maybe get one of her oracle decks or astrological oracle decks, which also are pretty good? So let me know in the comment section below, down here. Boop, boop. And until next time, thank you so much for spending some time to do this unboxing and flip through with me. And look at this rainbow going on here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by like all these like nice fun colors. And speaking of opal, well, this is not opal. Look at me just doing diverting, but this is pearl, and I just realized. But I do have an, oh, hold on, I think I have an oral opal somewhere. Let me just, here, throw some extra fancy aesthetic with my stones here. There you go. Look how pretty they are. But in any case, until next time, thank you so much for watching with me. You will learn soon enough that I am one that gets distracted very easily. So don't mind this extremely long outro. I'll let you go, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.